All right. Well, it's just me today. Typically, I got Coach Dennis with me, but due to some scheduling and stuff and some, life just happens. It's just going to be me today. So I want to talk about a concept that I had to reconcile within myself, uh, and it's something I had to learn the hard way, and it's something that applies um, to all of life. And so we're going to talk about my path to understanding what it means to have strength and presence as a man. So it's a little something I call the the leap of faith. So there was a moment in my life when I found myself just staring into this abyss. Divorce, separation. It has shaken me to my core. And I felt like I had two choices. I felt like I could fight like hell to hold on to control, or I could just surrender everything and just keep the peace. I tried both. I tried appeasement. Matter of fact, I tried that for most of my marriage. I told myself if I just stay calm, if I keep quiet, I don't rock the boat, everything will be smooth. But in doing that, I lost myself. I stopped even seeing what I needed. I stopped showing up as a leader. And after I could not hold it in, I let anger drive me, thinking that if I fought hard enough, I could make things fair. But all it did was exhaust me. It burned bridges. It pulled me into a war I didn't need to fight. And that's when I realized neither of these extremes were the answer. It was actually in going through my divorce that I learned something I should have learned long before. A masculine presence, true, grounded masculinity, does not live in control or in surrender. It lives in the middle. I call it the leap of faith. So what we have here in most men, most of the clients that I see, we have a problem of the two extremes. We as men were often pulled in one or two directions, not just in divorce, but in all areas of life. The first is anger and control. We think power comes from force, from proving our worth, from making sure we're not taken advantage of. In relationship, this turns into defensiveness, blame, and a refusal to let go. In business, it shows up as dominance, aggression, and the need to win at all costs. And I know you've heard coaches and men talk about how that's the masculine frame. It's not. The second is self-abandonment. We think being easygoing, passive, or avoiding conflict makes us better men. We tell ourselves that by being agreeable, accommodating, or remaining emotionally detached, we can keep the peace. But really, it just erodes our sense of self. It shows up in relationships when we give too much. It shows up at work when we don't assert ourselves. And it shows up in life in general when we let circumstances dictate our direction. Here's the truth. Both of these extremes are just a reaction to fear. Both of them are an attempt to control the outcome. The man who fights for control is afraid of losing power, being looked upon as less than. And the man who pleases is afraid of rejection and conflict. But neither of those men are standing in their true masculine presence. They're standing on opposite cliffs. So what's the solution? Jump. Take the leap of faith. I had to learn it the hard way, but once I did it, I realized it applied to everything. Divorce, the new relationship, fatherhood, leadership, business, friendships, and even my relationship with myself. So what is the leap of faith? It's choosing to stand in the middle. That's where confidence, strength, and presence exist. It's refusing to fall into anger or passivity, but instead leading from a place of deep, unwavering self-trust. Here's what it looks like. You hold your boundaries without needing to dominate. You don't need to yell, manipulate, or demand. You simply know what you will and won't allow. You know what you will and won't do, and you stand firm in that. It's called having integrity with who you are, with your core values. You regulate your emotions instead of reacting to them. You don't suppress your feelings, but you also don't let them control you. You feel anger, but you don't lash out. You feel sadness, but you don't let it define you. You lead with presence, not pressure. True leadership isn't about controlling people. It's about being so steady, so unshakable, that others naturally trust your energy. This is how great men show up in relationships, in fatherhood, at work, and in every challenge life throws at them. You can hold space for others without abandoning yourself. A powerful man can handle an emotional partner without shutting down or attacking back. He can listen, be present, and hold the weight of a moment without losing his center. You begin to act with clarity, not out of fear. No decision is made from panic, guilt, or insecurity. You don't react. You respond with wisdom, purpose. The big picture here is this applies to all of life. When I first learned this, it was about my divorce. But now I see it everywhere. It's how I show up for my kids, steady and reliable, no matter what's happening around me. It's how I approach work with leadership, not by forcing outcomes, but by standing firm in my vision. It's how I handle conflicts with calm strength instead of aggression or avoidance. It's how I navigate my new marriage, showing up as a man who neither chases nor plays games, but simply is. Because here's the secret. The leap of faith isn't about just one moment. It's about how you do it every day. Every time you're tempted to react in anger or disappear into passivity, you have a choice. Stand firm, stay present, lead yourself first. And when you do that, you don't just survive challenges. You rise because of them. So, if you're listening to this, are you ready to take the leap of faith? Does this resonate with you? If so, here's my challenge. Where in your life are you standing at the edge of that abyss? Maybe it's in how you're handling your marriage or your separation. Maybe it's how you show up in other relationships. Maybe it's at work with your friends. Maybe it's how you talk to yourself. Where are you letting anger or passivity dictate your choices? Because the man you're meant to be, the one who is confident, steady, and unshakable, is standing in the middle. All you have to do is meet him there. You step forward, you stand firm, and be the man you were made to be. And if there's ever a chance that you want to learn more about how to take this leap, about how to meet that man in the middle, and how to be the man you were created to be, comment, follow this page. Listen to Coach Dennis and I talk every week about the processes and the steps that we've taken in our own lives. You want to go deeper? Check us out, theepiclifecoaching.com. Set up a call. Listen to the testimonials. You can contact us directly through that site. You can check us out on Instagram at theepiclifecoaching. You can check us out on TikTok at theepiclifecoaching. But the choice is yours. And it's not just being passive or being overly aggressive, right? The man you were created to be, the man God put here, is right there in the middle. He's already there. You've already got everything you need. Just need your eyes opened up to the idea that there's more than two choices there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you tune in next week when Coach Dennis and I will be back together having another conversation. Until then, stay epic. Love you guys.